Hello everyone and welcome to another Animal Crossing New Horizons design video. Today I have designs centered around the campsite area, and these designs only have items and default pathways that you can get just through the base game of Animal Crossing, so there's no custom codes with this one. It's entirely just items. So I'm going to go through different types of builds. There's like a smaller build, a medium build, and a much larger build, as you can see here, and I'll be taking you through all the items that I used as well and how I put them together. If you like any of these designs, don't forget that you can try them on your island and tag me on my socials, which are in the description below. And if you like any of these designs, don't forget that you can like, comment, and subscribe. So for the first design, we're going to use these catalog items and these DIYs. So we're going to start off by putting down our fence, and we're going to go along the back here with one space on the right hand side. We're going to leave a gap, and then we're going to go a couple over, leave a gap, and then add the last one. We might have to adjust this later, but this just puts it in place for now. So we're going to do the left hand side of the campsite using a cacao tree, a barrel, and a mini cactus set on top. Once we've done that, we're going to use a wooden box with a classic picture. And then we're going to put in our first cedar tree. Once we've done that, we're going to be putting in a series of storefronts. So this one we're going to put right up against the edge of those items that we put down the left hand side of the campsite. Then we're going to push another storefront facing backwards all the way to the edge, with another one lining up on the left hand side and facing forward, pushed all the way back. Then behind that left hand side storefront, we're going to put a cedar tree and just readjust our fences a little bit. We're going to put another cacao plant on the other side with a wooden box and an anthurium plant on top, which we've got in the red. We've got an ironwood chair with a wooden bucket on top, and now we're going to deal with the inside of these storefronts here with a plant petition and a cypress bathtub right in front of it. Then we're going to have a chefflera, which we put on the right hand side, and we're going to use some rattan armchairs facing forward and facing to the right as well. So we're just going to put that right up against the chefflera there. And once we're done with that, we've got a Moroccan footrest with some paradise planting candles on top, which we're just going to turn around. You can put whichever way you like. Then we've got another barrel with decorative bottles on top, with a stone stool right in front, where we're going to put a rattan towel basket. And we're just going to make sure we turn that around so we can see the full item. Then we're going to put in an old-fashioned wash tub, and we're going to make sure that's right up against the barrel there. Once we've done that, we're going to decorate the right-hand side here with the chefflera at the back and a barrel right in front. And we're going to put firewood on top, just because it helps keep the bath warm. And we've got a log stool with the floating biotope and a pot right in front of it. And for our lighting, we're going to use a bamboo shoot lamp. So this is our cypress bathtub getaway for our campsite. I really like this one, and I've decided to go with earthy red tones, but this would look good in any combination that you can think of with these items. I think the blues would look really nice in this, or even the whites as well. So yeah, let me know what you think of this design if you try it on your island, and yeah, I hope you like it. So for the second design, we're going to need these catalog items and these DIYs. So for this one, we're going to start by putting the plain party lights arch right behind the campsite and making sure it's pushed as close to the back as we can. Then we're going to put a strip of 1 square by 4, and we're just going to put it in line with the archway and the campsite. We're going to dig a series of holes because we're going to do a small amount of landscaping using orange hyacinths and blue hydrangea bushes. So we're going to fill in the last one. Once we're done with that, we're going to plant the first of our cedar trees. And then we're going to start putting in some items, again as we did the last design, on the left hand side. So we're going to start with our monstera and our garden lantern. And I'm just going to push that right in front of the monstera there. We can readjust this later if we want, but for now I'm happy with that placement. We've got a stonework kitchen with a kettle on top, and we've got that in the beige. Right next to it, we've got a covered counter with some savoury bread and pretzels. You can put whatever food you want there, and a counter table in front. We're going with kind of like a food vibe area. So we've got a cedar tree right next to the covered counter. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did on the right hand side by putting a monstera and a garden lantern. Then we're going to add some food, coffee cup, some soup, and a pumpkin bagel sandwich. And then we're going to put a series of counter chairs. So I'm just going to put them down first. And then once they're all in, I'll turn them around. So I'm just going to make sure they face towards the food. That's where you'd like to be. And behind that, we're just going to put a corral fence. You can put whichever fence that you like, but I really liked the warm tones in this fence and it matched what we were going for in the design itself. So this is our little bar area right next to the campsite. I think this would be perfect to put up against cliffs with some simple panels if you want to try that. Or any other variations. I would love to see what you come up with. So for this last design, you're going to need these catalog items and these DIYs. So this is a much bigger area and we're going to start by putting in our seating area by putting a square of 4x4 of just the brick paving that you can get as the default paving through the Nook ABD in Resident Services. Once we've done that, we're going to put 2 squares of the wooden path. Again, this is just your default. And we're going to put that right in front of the tent. And then we're going to go 3 squares up from that. And we're just going to go right across as you can see here. So just to summarize that, we've got our 4x4 square of brick on the right hand side. We've put 2 squares in front of the campsite and then we've done 3 squares up and filling in the rest as we've gone across. So now that we've done that, we're going to be putting in our Moroccan seats. I love these Moroccan sofas. And again, we're going to go with the yellows. I'm in a bit of an autumn vibe at the moment, so that's probably why there's so many earthy tones in this. So we've got some ironwood, an ironwood low table and a coffee cup and a cup and saucer that you can get from the Roost by drinking lots of coffee. So we've got another sofa in and a project table right next to that. I'm just going to make sure that's in line with the sofa, and I've got a glass jar with cookies inside and a classic pitcher. Now that I'm happy with that, we're going to put a serving cart in front, and again we're just going to put some savoury bread on top. I've got a Monstera plant and I'm just going to turn it around so that it's facing towards, towards the camera so we can get the full effect of that plant with a fan palm in front of it. So I'm leaving this little space on the right hand side so you can walk from the campsite through the kitchen area into the seating area. So we're using a lot of ironwood furniture here with the ironwood kitchenette and dresser, and we've got some dinnerware on top with a simple wooden box which we're going to put some more food on, and for this one I chose the sea bass pie. So we're just going to put another item, the cutting board, on top of the kitchenette there. And then we're going to use some ironwood chairs, with some beautiful orange Casablanca lilies on top. And this is just our entrance to the actual tent itself, which I think looks really cute. We're going to do some landscaping, so I'm putting in some trees in the corners. And on the left hand side, you need to leave a space because it doesn't allow you to put it flush right up against the tent, which is a bit annoying, but we can work with that. So we're going to fill in all of our trees here, and at the front we're going to be using some log stakes. So I'm just going to push that in. And we're going to put it right up against the tree there as well. We're just going to leave this entrance because we're going to put some other items there. So now we've got a log stool with a beautiful orange hyacinth lamp on top. Again, you can try any other variation of colours that you like. And we're going to put the rest of them in front of the trees as well. Now to finish this design off, we're going to use a series of hedges and we're just going to put them all between the trees. So this will serve as our fence, but you can use any other fence or even simple panels or continue with the log stakes as well. There's some options that I think would look really nice with this design, but I wanted to keep it a little bit more nature feeling, given it's a little bit more built up. So yeah, I stuck with hedges. Once I've done that, I've got, again, the party lights, which I'm going to make sure it's flush up against the hedge there. But I want to leave a little bit of space here, so I've just pulled that back and I'm just going to readjust that. And again, a party lights in front there to make the entrance to the tent with a cacao plant in front just to fill in that space between the log stakes and the party lights. And this is our entire campsite completely built with a seating area and a kitchenette right out the front. I actually really like this one. I want to see if I can fit this in somewhere in my island. I think it would be really, really pretty. And I love the use of all the oranges and the sort of more reddy orange tones in the log stools. I think that it matches everything really well. So let me know what you think of these designs and if you're going to try them on your island. And don't forget that you can tag me in any of my socials in the description below. I also have plenty of other designs that you can look at in a playlist in the top right hand corner now, as well as throughout this video. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you what you like to see, and also helps feed the algorithm gods, and makes me really happy to see that. So thank you so much for joining me again on this video, and these videos are sponsored by my patrons. So big thank you to Becca Crossing, Brittany, Becca Simi, Jackie Grove and Dawn Slade. Thank you so much for all of your support, and if you need more inspiration, I have you covered with these playlists and videos right here. So I hope that you have a wonderful week and stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!